I've played some long golf courses, but this takes it to another level. Today we're taking on Purgatory Golf Club, tipping out at 7,700 yards, including a 741 yard par 5. Subscribe to follow along and we're off to the first tee. We start out with the shortest par 4 on the golf course, 373 yard par 4. Also, we're facing about 30-mile-an-hour winds today, which is going to make this long golf course even longer. Luckily, the first hole is straight downwind. I hit this one really nicely and it's going to trickle up there to the green.
Just short of the green here, actually spun back a little bit with the driver. We'll get some pride, hopefully make a birdie here, and then downhill from there, you know how it is?
I don't start off many rounds with an eagle putt, but here I'm just trying to two putt and get out of there with a bird.
Whoa. Oh, we still got it. That's a good bird off the first. This one's called Stains of the Inferno. Not an easy hole, it's like 470. Water left, obviously, not a big landing area. So I think I'm just gonna try to blast driver and get it up there.
After a fairly open warm-up hole, the second hole has water down the entire left-hand side. Definitely an intimidating tee shot. Trying to commit to my fade here, starting it down the left-hand side, cutting to the middle of the fairway.
Oh no. I don't even know what that was.
After a straight chunk, I'm left with a really uncomfortable distance, about 50 yards downwind, trying to get something close to hopefully try to save par.
Oh, wow.
A bit of a misread with too much pace, 4 feet up the hill to save bogey, knock it in, and we're on to the next.
Well.
The third hole is a 197 yard par 3 straight downwind today. It's about 30 miles an hour, taking a nice easy 7, taking a smooth swing, really focusing on tempo. The pin is kind of tucked behind the hill, so I didn't realize it was this close until I get up there and I hit this one a little bit too soft, underread it, but tapping for par on a long par 3.
It's okay. Par is really good on that one. 473 yard par 4, straight downwind still. Then we come back into the wind, but we're trying to take advantage of it while we can.
Long par 4, straight downwind, and looking at the drone shots, the fairways are really narrow, and I'm trying to hit something a little down the left-hand side, turning it back, and it just stays out left.
All right, we have a line here, about 144.
Pretty blind shot from where I am over here, 144 yards, just a 52-degree wedge downwind. It's hard to see where this one ends up, but it's going to end up left of the green in the collection area. My chipping's been hit or miss this entire trip, but I'm trying to focus on keeping a smooth tempo with my wedge. Hit a nice one, checks up on there, and ends up about 5 feet from my par.
Oh yeah, great up and down, look at that. 550 yard par 5, straight into the wind today. Kind of a blind tee shot, just try to take it down the right hand side, and then there's water up there.
Another narrow tee shot, trying to hit my fade here. I'm straight back into the wind on this hole. It starts out right and it actually turns over left and it's gonna miss in the left rough. Looking back, there's just absolutely no reason why I should be going for it. 240 back into the wind with water right, and I skull it and it ends up in the drink.
That, I believe, might have hit the water. Gonna have to drop because we are in the drink. So we're gonna hit 4 from here.
All you can do from this position is just give yourself some sort of a look for par. There's no reason to try to do anything crazy. Get something up there. If you make a par, great. If not, bogey with a penalty is not too bad.
Oh, that's a shame. All right.
Hole 6 is 434 yards, another par 4, a little bit wider than the previous hole, which is great. Trying to start this down the left-hand side. It goes pretty straight and doesn't cut back for me, so I'll just miss the fairway in the rough. Under 100 yards left, just about 90 yards with a 60-degree, taking a pretty smooth swing. It jumps on me out of this rough that's pretty dry. It's going to end up just long of the green. Just ran out of speed, and I'll tap in for my par.
It's been a very long time since I've taken the head cover off to hit into a par 3, and this is gonna need it. It's like 230 into a 30-mile-an-hour breeze. We got all of a 5 wood. Oh boy, that's interesting. That's not happened in a long time.
Even though I thinned it, ended up well long. Have a really tough shot here. Short-sided with water long. I err on the short side and it ends up in the bunker.
Oh, firm.
Just a really tough hole today into the wind. Hit a really nice putt and miss it on the low side. I'm pretty happy with that. A 5's not a great score, but it was a confident putt. Hole 8 is a long par 4, 487 yards and a pretty narrow fairway. Unlike some of the other holes, this hole is going to start to introduce some thick fescue. I start this down the left-hand side, but with so much wind, if you get any sort of curve on the ball, it's going to miss. And this missed in that thick stuff I was talking about. Luckily it's pretty dry, so you can still get a club through the thick grass, and I hit this one pretty well. It's a bit of a flyer lie, not much spin, it's going to end up just off the green. Now this is one I would really like to have back. There's just no reason why I shouldn't be putting this ball just to get something down there near the hole. I chipped this, caught it a little thin, I'm left with about a 55 footer up the hill. Thank goodness I hit a really nice lag putt and get out of there with nothing worse than a bogey. The ninth hole is playing extremely long, 579 yard par 5 straight into the wind. It's a really tough tee shot, looks pretty narrow from the tee box. I get this thing down the center of the fairway, but put a little bit of draw spin on this and it's going to miss left, and there's nothing avoiding that. Just trying to get back in position after my wayward drive. Chunked this one. It wasn't the best lie out of the fescue, but I get it back in play and give myself some sort of look at the green. If you have a wedge shot into a green that's straight into the wind and you think it's about a 1 club wind, I recommend taking 2 clubs, hitting it a little bit softer, taking the spin off so it gets to the green. I did not listen to my own advice and ended up short. Now I'm fighting for my par.
Why'd I play that much break?
That's a bogey in the front 9, 41 for my score, and these stats aren't great. 2 out of 7 fairways, 2 out of 9 greens. Putts were okay, 15 there, but we're on to the back.
Hole 10, long par 4. Downwind today though, so shouldn't be too much of a problem, just a road left.
The back plays at almost 4,000 yards, so it's going to be tough. Trying to hit a good one off the 10th, and I absolutely poked this one.
Got 103 yards, it was a 370 yard drive downwind.
Before you start questioning the distance, yes, it is possible. It's 30 to 40 miles an hour downwind, super dry, so getting some roll. Being so downwind and getting no spin from the rough, it's really tough to get this one close. It ends up on top of this hill, and I have a really quick putt down here, just trying to get away with a par.
All right, one of the shortest par 4s out here, 406 today, so we're gonna take it down the right side with a 2-iron.
Most of the time I love my 2-iron. It's a club I can trust to get down there in the fairway, but my miss is this one exactly. Flared out to the right in an uncommitted tee shot.
No. Club went right under it.
It's really hard to hit a wedge out of a fairway bunker that's pretty thick, and I have this to try to get up and down for par. Catch it a little bit thin and it ends up on the back of the green. I'm left with a really long putt to 2-putt down there for bogey.
Oh.
With how my lag putting's been on this trip, I was super happy to get it down there and avoid a 3-putt.
It's a bogey.
Hole 12 is a 202 yard par 3 playing downwind. I have a 7-iron here trying to put a nice smooth swing on it. I'm aimed a bit right because the wind is howling off the right hand side, hoping for it to draw back, and I kind of push it, starts to draw but not enough. So this bunker had about 5 grains of sand in it, and then right underneath was straight concrete, so there was nothing I could do from there. A pretty unfortunate situation. Hit a pretty solid shot from a short-sided lie. Have about 20-25 feet left for my par. Start this out on a really good line. Looks pretty good, but runs out of steam, and that's a double.
Oh, honestly, I probably should have taken it out of that bunker because it's like ground under repair. It was concrete underneath, so all in all, it's a 5. We have a 741 yard par 5. It's 300 yards to the fairway, so if it gives you any idea how long this hole is.
This could very well be the longest golf hole I'll ever play in my entire life. 300 yards just to get to the fairway, and I'm just trying to swing away and get it down there.
I still have 439 yards left, and I hit it probably 300. That's not where you want to go. Still 200 yards for my 3rd shot, so.
Not my best 5-wood, but I still have a shot at the green.
Oh, no.
Wind is howling off the right-hand side. I have a 5-iron. It starts out pretty straight, starts to draw. It's going to miss left. If I'm going to make par, I have to try to get up and down here. You can see how much wind I'm hitting straight into, and overall, this isn't the worst shot.
Oh. A 6 on the 740-something yard hole. Not too bad.
Hole 14 is going the other direction, a 469 yard par 4 with crazy wind left to right. I'm trying to play my fade starting this well left, but there's absolutely no way to stop this thing from missing right of the fairway.
Stop, that's the wind.
Luckily, I was able to get it down there, and only about 110 yards left. I have a 60 degree because there's so much wind behind me, taking a smooth swing, and it ends up just off the back of the green.
Oh, wow, they picked up a lot of speed.
4 feet up the hill for my comebacker for par, make a nice stroke and knock it in.
All right.
This next hole is absolutely ridiculous, going straight back into the wind, a 453-yard par 4. It's a slight dogleg left, so I'm trying to start this out to the left and fade it back, but instead it starts down the center of the fairway and misses right. I'm still over 200 yards away with a tree directly in front of me. I'm trying to hit a crazy hook around this tree, make good contact, and ends up just over the green, not in the best spot.
Not good. Yeah. That's all I had.
That's about all I had from back there. Now I have a long putt up the hill to try to tee putt for bogey. My lag putting's been decent all day, but this is not good. Now I have 15 feet up the hill to save bogey.
It's a good 5. 16 is called Blinding Cloud of Smoke. A ton of bunkers. Wind moving about 40 miles an hour right to left. So we'll see where the ball wants to go.
That's pretty much the point we're at. It's like Mickey Mouse golf out here with the crazy wind and how long these holes are, but actually hit a decent drive here. Just a 60 degree into this hole, trying to make something happen. It's crazy downwind. I'm trying to control the spin and not get away from this one. Hit a decent shot, just ends up barely short. This one will definitely test my chipping since it's been up and down all trip. Not a great one here, but luckily there's a bit of a backstop and it's going to start trickling back towards the hole.
All right. My hat was gonna fly off. Ball's shaking on the green.
Another bogey, what are you gonna do? But here's a crazy hole. 173 yards, an island green surrounded by bunkers straight back into the wind. I think I have a 6-iron here, but honestly, anything you get up in the air at all is just gonna get smacked down by the wind, and this is gonna end up short in one of those bunkers. I straight up eat some sand on this bunker shot, but it actually ended up pretty good.
It's actually a decent shot. Oh my gosh. I know it's a lot of bogeys on the back, but it's so dang windy. This course is long. Bogey's not too bad.
The 18th is a 543-yard par 5 playing a little bit into a left to right wind. Trying to put a good swing on this last hole. Finished strong and I hit a nice one down the left side and it tails back, ends up in the fairway.
215 into this stiff breeze, so 2-iron.
Looking back, kind of a slap cut swing. Not my best looking swing, but ends up pretty nicely. Gets up there and we're on the green. Who would have thought, having eagle putt on the last hole of the day? It's a long one though, trying to just get it down there and 2-putt for bird.
Well,
cleaning up the birdie on the last hole, and that's going to be a birdie on the first hole and the last hole. Total 42 on the back, 83 total, 3 out of 14 fairways, 4 out of 18 greens, 32 putts. Stats weren't great, score wasn't awful for how long of a course it was, but if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.